Oh, landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess, and it's okay, boo-boo. You can drink all the ketchup you want. I'm not going to try to stop you. But last night we did a live stream and we went in on this Chong Ming that I got from Temu. So it's been a while, but I did a 10-week video series called Temu Gettin'. I bought 10 knives off Temu for under $15 and put them all up against each other to see how they did. This was one of those knives. So most times when we do the live stream, I like to put a number of knives out on the table. We've gone up to 5 knives on the table. One of them is usually a joke knife, and the 20-sided die of Destiny will pick it for us. And the 20-sided die of Destiny picked out the joke knife for the night, that being the Chong Ming. The model number might be CM77. I am not 100% sure. Focus! There we are. But let's take a look at what we're holding, and first things first, and most importantly, the pocket clip is tip up, which is the Lord's carry. We have got what I'm assuming is olive wood on the handles. We got these bolsters here that I think are just painted on. We have got a flipper tab. Let's flick the bean. A really weak assisted open on this thing. I mean, a really weak assisted open. And fake feather pattern Damascus. And the blade is about 3.5 inches long. So we started this thing off on the factory edge. We had some light use on it. It did a mini cardboard slayer run for Temu Gettin' before I put it up. So I stropped it and we got it to 274. After 30 minutes, the edge read 317 on the scale. Yeah, that's kind of hard to get. The blade is so long, and like I'd start my cuts here, but most of the work was done back here. So the readings weren't the best, but it started cutting like garbage after 30 minutes, so we stopped and did a full sharpening. I freehand sharpened that one, got it down to 214. After an hour, it was down to 411 on the tester, and then 30 minutes later-ish, it went to 569. Complete edge devastation. So we got out the little Ken Onion belt grinder and put a convex edge on this thing. Started off at 263. We ended at 479 in an hour. And then we tried the Work Sharp Precision Adjust, and we got it into the 250s or something like that. And that was spending an inordinate amount of time just hogging off material as well as that 220 grit stone can manage. I mean, I ran it through there, and then I ran it through a second time, and I just kept flipping it over and removing material, and every other stone I did, I spent way too much extra time on trying to make sure I got an apex because a burr just would not come up on this thing. Could not get a burr to come up. So I did a full sharpen. I stropped it. It did not read good on the scale. It wouldn't cut paper good, so I took it and put it back in the precision adjust, sharpened it a whole second time. It still wasn't doing good. And there are some steels that just won't take a good edge. This would not have driven me as insane as it did, because I was absolutely about to lose all of my temper by the end of that second sharpening cycle. And I mean all of it. I am still mad about it now. Because like we've run some pretty junky knives for the last few of these live streams in a row. We had a decent D2 one in there if memory serves, but we've had a lot of junk that would not take a good edge after I sharpened it back up. And I like having a good edge on my knife after I sharpen it. And every single one of these has been fighting me and refusing to sharpen properly. So this one, it just would not sharpen. Like, the freehand was the best we did, and I'm not sure exactly what worked so much better there that didn't work elsewhere. It doesn't matter. I gave up on trying to get this thing sharp again, and we just started screwing around because, you know, the feather pattern Damascus, but it's so cheap that the Damascus started wearing off. The Damascus started wearing off. We noticed that kind of early into the night, and it became a game just to see how much we could take the Damascus off. And, the surprising thing is not that we didn't get the flat. It's not that we didn't get the flat at the top. It's just kind of a surprise with this thing being a hollow grind that we got into this right here and didn't have like a spot in the middle where it didn't get touched nearly as bad. But yeah, I mean, the Damascus started wearing off. Like, that is hilarious to me. And I wanted to keep going with this thing, but, we hit the 7-hour mark last night, and it was just like, all right, I'm done. I can't do anymore. I am too tired. I have got to go crash. So, the takeaway from this is definitely don't buy stuff from Temu. Don't. But if you are going to buy stuff like this, don't expect it to be any good. This steel is probably 3CR or something slightly worse. And, it doesn't take a good edge worth of crap. It doesn't hold an edge worth of crap. it's terrible all the way around. The only good thing that came out of this is the ergonomics on this were better for this Cardboard Slayer than they were for the first one. If memory serves, and it's been a long time, I think that Cardboard Slayer session, it was really irritating to my hand right here, but last night, no problems whatsoever. Zero discomfort during the Cardboard Slayer procedure. It did really well in the ergonomic department. But yeah, I mean, I honestly thought this feather pattern Damascus was a laser etch, because of how much you could see the texture up here and you could feel the texture along the edge. Like, it looked like it was a pretty deep laser etch, but no, it's painted on. This is a painted on feather pattern Damascus, which is absolutely hilarious. You know, and this is another flea market knife. This is a flea market knife on a good day. And like, I care so little about this, I actually took a sharp piece of steel and started trying to scrape right here, see if this is painted on too, and it looks like it is painted on. And again, I thought it was laser etched because I did like the way the bolster looked, and I knew the feather pattern was fake. I knew it was fake, but I was hoping it was a laser etch. That was entertaining, but yeah, the whole thing's garbage. Like, this is one of the worst performances I think we've ever seen out of anything. This is definitely now in the Hall of Shame. But, I mean, for the love of God, the sharpening. I'm going to be angry about how badly it did with being sharpened for a long time now. I am going to be angry about that for a while, because, like, you know, normally when we sharpen these things, freehand sharpening, I've got them down to the 120s. The precision adjust, I'll get them down to like 120 to 140. The Ken Onion belt grinder, I believe, will pull around 140 or 150, but the sharpest we could get was 214, and that was really, really reefing on it by hand and putting a lot of time into that while I was talking to guys. Frustrating. So hopefully the next Cardboard Slayer is going to go better, and we're going to have a knife that will actually sharpen up, because it's been a lot of live streams in a row where things just won't sharpen up worth an airborne fornication, and I'm tired of having a hard time sharpening things. So, yeah, that's how badly this thing did with Cardboard Slayer, and it just became a game of screwing up it just became a game of stripping paint off, and we didn't get nearly as much as the paint worked off here as I wanted to, because, like, I'd come in and I'd start the cuts right about here and then push through the whole thing, and it only stripped it off right here, which is kind of the same thing that happened to the last painted blade we did, but, I mean, at least that part was kind of funny. Everything else about it just sucked. It just sucked. So, thank you for being there for the live stream. That was a record live stream for us. That was the biggest live stream we did. We had like 78,000 views, so you guys that were there checking it out, thank you so much. But, you know, I love sharing with you what happened after a Cardboard Slayer session. That's what happened with this one. So, all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. I appreciate y'all so much. So many of y'all came in during that live stream. I can't thank you enough. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We got giveaways coming up. We got live streams. We got videos. There's plenty of activities. Comments. I love some feedback. Let me know what you think about this mess, or if you know more about sharpening crap steel than I do, share, please. All that being said, y'all have a nice day.